Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We are located in snowy Fredrick, Colorado. My name is Larry Vickers. In today's video, we're really going to focus on the comparison today between a Freightliner and a 3/4 ton pickup. Now, right out of the start, the pickup is not available yet. We just took it in on trade. We don't have the title for it, so it is not for sale yet. Just wanted to make that clear. But we're really going to focus on why buy Freightliner. So as I stand aside and we take a look at the two directly from the front, we can already see a big advantage, and that is simply the sheer size and the mass of the Freightliner. So if we, worst case scenario, we get into an accident, our chances of walking away from the Freightliner are substantially higher than the pickup. Another big advantage to the Freightliner is visibility. If we can, let's take a shot of the windshield of the Freightliner. That's over 2,500 square inches of glass. So that, coupled with the fact that we're already above traffic, we saw the difference in the height between the two, makes visibility advantage far higher in the Freightliner than the pickup. If we walk over and take a look at the windshield in the pickup, we can really see a difference between the two. Now as we come forward, we'll take a look underneath the hood. That is the Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It is coupled with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. This offers 360 horsepower and roughly 1,100 foot-pounds of torque. So let's walk across and take a look at the pickup. That's also the Cummins engine. This is a 2020, so this offers 370 horsepower. And I realize over the last few years they've been increasing the horsepower in the pickups. In this particular case, horsepower is about the same. And this has 800 foot-pounds of torque. Now, I realize that they're putting an extreme amount of horsepower in the pickups. I've heard of a brand that's working on getting 500 horses underneath that hood. Well, that's incredible. That's a lot of horsepower. But my question is, how long can something like that last? And here's an example of what I'm talking about. These are two U-joints, okay? This is the U-joint for this truck. This is a U-joint for a 1-ton pickup. So they're increasing horsepower all the time. So all the horsepower, all the torque runs through these two. So you tell me which is safer and which one is going to last longer. The advantage goes to Freightliner. So here's another reason to why buy Freightliner. Now as we take a look at the summit hauler, this is the block heater, is located there. As we take a look at the inside, notice just how much room and space is available is the main thing to notice here. In addition, the driver and passenger seat are air ride. Those adjustments made right here. They can be heated as well. This is for the lumbar system. Now when you start your truck, turn that key about halfway. Let those gauges go all the way over and back, and then start the truck. But mainly notice the room here. So let's walk across and compare that to the pickup. As you can see, substantially less room available in the pickup. This is a Laramie, so it's a very nice trim level. Adjustments to the seats made right here. Similar to the Freightliner, these can be heated as well. But not only is room an advantage in terms of comfort, but safety as well. So if we are in a head-on, look how close we are to the dash if we compare that to the Freightliner. Now let's step back across and look at the back seats. The back seat of the Freightliner can be made down into a bed. And then simply by pushing a button, taken back up to the normal sitting position. Okay, so let's compare that to directly across. Again, the room is not even close. Another reason to why buy Freightliner is because of the room comfort and the safety that it offers. So now let's compare the bed of the trucks. This one has two storage components on each side, compartments on each side. They are diamond plated. This comes with a hookup for an air hose. It runs with 4-inch rails running along each side. Now as we view behind the pickup, this truck has a 6-inch lift on it. But when we look at the bed of the truck, it is lined. We see the amount of room and availability to haul stuff in the bed of the truck as well. So if we compare that bed to the Freightliner, again, substantially more room. We can actually, if this isn't enough storage, have an additional storage box shipped right to your house. So advantage for storage falls to Freightliner. The advantage for amount of things you can haul in the bed of the truck, again, falls to Freightliner. As we see, a trough already cut out. That is because we've had numerous trade-ins with this all beat up. So by cutting that out, that eliminates that. This is where we hook up the lights for a gooseneck or fifth wheel trailer. As we come on back, this is for the Voyager system. Now that's the same system that the backup camera uses. So if you are in need of more cameras, you can simply install them right there. Obviously that's an option that the pickups don't have. As we go on down, we find the hitch for a bumper pull. Another safety advantage to the Freightliner is we put over 1,000 pounds over the rear axle. And the reason for that, it helps with traction if you are in mud. Furthermore, if you're driving in a rainstorm, that helps prevent hydroplaning. Let's talk about warranties. Freightliner warranty, 2 years, unlimited miles. 5-year unlimited miles on the transmission, 3-year, 36,000 miles on the conversion. It comes with two 50-gallon fuel tanks, one on each side. As we talk about mileage, you can get between 7 and 11 miles per gallon on the Freightliner as well. As we take a look inside the passenger seat, I can safely say that the Summit Hauler conversion has the softest, most comfortable seats on the market of any towing vehicle today. Again, air ride, those adjustments made right here. Under here gives us access to the cab air filters. As we take a look at the back seat, if we look at the top, that is additional lighting. It's for night to light the truck up. And again, this is just a visual representation of just how much room and space that the Freightliner has to offer. Now let's crawl on in and take a closer look. Another advantage into why buy Freightliner, we had Mr. Cody Smith last week go over a couple of things that really make some sense, especially when you're dealing with dealerships like this. This is a Freightliner Elite dealership. There's a lot that becomes into that in terms of making us elite, and that does a couple of things. When you pull in to get a service, they'll have it at least diagnostics done within 2 hours. They'll keep you informed in terms of what may be wrong with your truck, the status of it, as they walk you through the process. Obviously, compare that to pickups, that's sure not the case. Now, if we look directly in front of us, I realize we kind of see all snow, but that shows you what we were talking about on the outside in terms of visibility is really, really good. Right above the steering wheel is where the backup camera is located. A lot of my customers, if they aren't towing, just go ahead and leave that on because it doesn't take much to glance up and see what's coming up behind you as well. In terms of the dash, we've covered most of this in several videos, but I'm going to hit some of the highlights, the important ones. That's the engine brake. That is a true engine brake. Compare that to the pickup right beside us that has just an exhaust brake in it. When you're towing a heavy load and you're coming down a sharp decline, that slows everything down and consequently makes things safer for everyone on the road. Automatic transmission located right here. Right now we're in neutral with the brake on. However, when we start our travel, simply release the brake, R for reverse, D for drive, and we're on our way. We see these two arrows here. It can be switched to a manual transmission. In addition to that, by pressing them at the same time, lets us know what's going on under the hood. Oil life left at 99%. The filters are all good, transmission is good, and there are no codes. So simply by pressing two arrows, it lets us know what's going on under the hood. Another important one is right here. This is the dump valve. So that lets all the air out of the bed of the truck. So when you go to hook up your trailer, release all the air, utilize your backup camera, makes hooking up your trailer very simple. Rear air conditioning is right here. Right now, obviously we have the heat button, blowing heat into the back of the cab. But in those hot summer months, simply press that to cool to keep the back passengers cool. The ARC trailer brake is located here. Climate control is here. Cup holders here. Now this particular truck comes with massage seats. That is what this does. You can not only set the pulse of where you want it, but the speed as well. And as we take a look inside the console, more than ample storage room right there. So as we review, we compared a Freightliner M2 106 to a pickup and hit the highlights on why buy a Freightliner. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me at 303-684-3404. You can email me at larry.vickers@transwest.com, or for more information about this specific truck, simply click on the link below. Thanks for tuning in today.